we learned this on the internet and did not go to a formal college in order to get this information. I see this similarity with all of them.
We both graduated from college, and I haven't learned shit.
I learned nothing about college. I learned nothing about what we do now in college.
No.
So Dan Fleischman, who's also from San Diego, he talks about when he started off selling T-shirts. Is that something you guys did?
We did the same thing.
Yeah.
So basically, right when I think it was like freshman year in college, we reunited, and at that time we were flat broke. We had no money. I was at junior college. He was basically at junior college as well. And I was like, dude, I want to make money. I want to start a business. I want to be successful. At the time, we actually followed this guy named Nicky Diamonds. I don't know if you remember that guy.
Vaguely.
Yeah, he started Diamond Supply Co. It was like a T-shirt company sort of brand and whatnot. And he was absolutely smashing Instagram at the time. And he was kind of just who we were looking up to. So we were like, dude, I think we should, he has a Ferrari. Like, we should probably just start a T-shirt company. So we started a T-shirt company. It was called Golden Glaciers, made the logo on fucking Photoshop off my computer. And I somehow convinced this guy to go into business with me. We ended up selling 4 shirts to friends and family. We basically made a win. It's a win. It's a win. We made a website. We sold 4 shirts, and then we realized that we had no idea what we were doing, and that we knew nothing about business. And then, so it obviously failed, right? And then, I mean, I could go super deep into the whole origin story, but that's basically how we got started. From there, we kind of pivoted to purchasing products from like Alibaba, like China, because we had no idea what we were doing with fashion.
Is this when you get into the Fitbit oversupply thing?
Exactly.
Or not Fitbit, I'm sorry, Fit Spinner, what are they called?
Fidget spinners.
Fidget spinner, go ahead.
Yeah. So kind of long story short, when you're building a brand and you have no idea about business, you need to acquire customers, you need to provide customer service, all of that stuff. And when you know nothing about business, doing that on your own is almost impossible, because we were 20 years old. We had no idea what we were doing. So we kind of pivoted, and we just started selling kind of widgets on eBay, Mercari, and Amazon. And when you do that, you don't have to, have your own website. You don't need to know anything about marketing, because people are basically going to these platforms and searching for these products. And so it's just kind of a supply and demand thing at that point. And way back when, like that was what, 2014, 2015, the competition was like very low.
Of course.
There was not many people doing this.
It reminds me of when Ty Lopez starts buying YouTube ads before anyone else.
That's exactly the same time, because that's how actually we kind of got into e-commerce, was through Ty Lopez. So we were actually selling these widgets like smartwatches, Bluetooth speakers, hoverboards.
Have you guys met Ty?
No.
Next time he comes here to do something, I'm sure he would love to have you guys speak.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
He speaks at Bradley's. Bradley has a little office in it, like a little stadium right there, or auditorium. I'll definitely introduce you guys to Ty.
Oh, that would be great.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
Anyway, so you guys get into this concept?
Yeah, so we were basically, doing kind of like the whole buy from Alibaba at wholesale, sell on all these e-commerce channels thing for a long time. Then we actually found Ty Lopez on YouTube. We were already doing e-commerce, and he kind of pushed us into the whole Amazon thing, where he was doing kind of these live streams every single day.
I remember this.
In 2015 on, what was it, Periscope?
Yes.
And I think we tuned in. Like, I think actually you sent me a link. Brandon's like, Ty's live right now. We should join. He's like doing some e-commerce training or whatever. And anyways, he sold us on some sort of Amazon training, and we took him up on that. And I don't know how detailed you want us to go on this, but we basically took him up on that. Like signed up for the training or whatever. I forget the name of the actual company, but we that got us into Amazon, which is what we do now. And we failed over and over and over again, and that's why we're successful. So from literally the period of like 2015 to 2020, we went broke like literally 5-6 times.
Wow, okay.
We raised money, we lost it all. That goes back to the fidget spinner story. Actually, we were able to bribe, kind of, not bribe, but like talk Brandon's dad into loaning us, I think, what was it $30,000 in a loan?
Originally it was 30, yeah.
And he's Brandon's dad's very successful. We look up to him. He owns his own dental practice, which is why Brandon was going to be a dentist. I talked him out of it, because I was like, Brandon, you're not that good with your hands, dude. Like, I don't know. Like, he doesn't. I can't see this guy.
I don't know. He shot some of us at paintball. He shot a few of us.
Brandon is the most talented guy that I know, and that's why we're friends. But going back to that, we ended up basically taking that loan. we kind of bootstrapped the fidget spinners, and then we're successful with it. We sold a few thousand with our own money. We convinced Brandon's dad to give us kind of a loan for $30,000, and we ended up loading up on, I think it was like 50 or 60,000 fidget spinners.
Yeah.
Absolutely smashed it. We're selling about like 2,000 fidget spinners per day, and then took all of that profits. I don't even know how much it was, but it was probably close to 6 figures.
It was.
Reinvested it again in more fidget spinners, and then what happened was our Amazon flagged our account, flagged our listing.
Like some of the fidget spinners had lead in them or something like that? Yeah.
The fidget spinners had lead in them, and all Amazon wanted was a certification saying that they didn't have lead. But, when you're young and dumb, you have no idea what that is. Like, so Amazon will send you kind of like almost like it's not a cease and desist, but it's like, stop selling this. They flag your shit.
Yeah.
And they say that you can't sell it. And us being naive, we were like, oh, shit, like, it's banned. We can't sell it.
Yeah.
So we liquidated. Like, we burned 50,000 units
so
or
you said burned in another interview, and you talk about a blowtorch? Like, how did you get rid of these things?
Yes, we had to pay Amazon to incinerate our inventory that we had with them.
See, I did not know that was a thing.
Dumpster.
I had no idea. So you can pay Amazon to if you have too much supply, they will incinerate your supply.
Or you could ship it back to you, but the cost of shipping it back to us was even more expensive.
That's crazy.
Wait, you're not joking? They actually light it on fire.
They incinerated.
Wow.
Oh, well, I'm sure Amazon has incinerators there.
Well, think about it, right? They have I think 3,000 merchants that sell with them in the United States alone.
Yeah.
And a good portion of those merchants are not good sellers. And so they have this problem where they have overstock inventory or bad inventory, whatever. And so it's like part of their business process that they have to liquidate. So nowadays you can liquidate, wholesale, all these things. But back then there was like, ship it back to you or we're going to fucking burn them. And so we had to actually pay 50 cents a unit for Amazon to burn our inventory.
That's crazy.
And so anyways.
That seems like a great business model. I'll pay me 50 cents
the house
per
always
thing
wins,
I burn, right? Yeah.
The house always wins, so they have all the control, right? But long story short, we lost all the money.
Yeah.
And some. So we lost all of Brandon's dad's money, all of our money that we made. And at the time, we were actually roommates. And we were living together. And I remember that we were waking up with you were waking up with fucking night terrors and shit because you owed your dad money. And we were flat broke. We couldn't even pay the rent. We lost the rent money. We lost Brandon's dad's money. We lost our money. We lost it all, man. So we actually, then what we had to do was we were forced to start a consulting agency because we had no money. We had no capital. So what do you do at that time? You could maybe try another product, get a credit card, something like that. Or you can take all of your learnings, launch a consulting business, and learn how to sell people on helping them grow their business. So that's what we did. And we ended up I made a website for free. I SEO'd the whole website, sent backlinks to it, was getting basically clients through Google SEO, all basically for free. And ended up just closing honestly a handful of really good clients. One client we actually launched the first CBD oil ever with on Amazon, and it's actually hemp oil, but we actually partnered on it with them, and it did over 7 figures in the first month. And from that though, we basically got back onto our feet. We're able to pay the rent and survive for a little bit longer. But that's just kind of that was our first few years in business, right?
So you were able to obviously pay everybody back at some point, but how long did that take before you were able to pay everybody back?
Honestly, not that long because we were basically starving to death.
Yeah.
And we had debt. So what I did was the first thing that we did was once we launched the consulting agency, we bought the book The Way of the Wolf.
Of course.
Because Jordan Belfort, obviously one of the best sales guys ever. Absolute stud, that guy. And we had no idea how to sell people. We had no fucking clue, and we were starving. So that was the first thing that we did. Is we bought The Way of the Wolf. We used the straight line system. We wrote down a script. We practiced our tonalities, and then we just started literally getting the leads that were coming in off Google, calling them up, and selling them on some sort of package. And we were closing, $2,000 packages to write your Amazon listing, or $4,000 packages to do your pay-per-click advertising, or even I think the clients, the hemp oil clients, we were able to actually launch their product. We made probably like 30 or 40K just launching it, and then we took a percentage of revenue as well. So I would say that literally learning how to sell has saved. That's the only reason why we're still around right now.
So this is
literally.
so you're talking about telephone sales, but this seems like B2B, or you're consulting, and then also you're doing direct to cart. That's what your main Amazon affiliate.
Yeah.
thing
So
is.
basically, our e-commerce business failed.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
And so we were forced.
So we're forced to get into like all telephone sales.
Yes, we were forced to basically, we need money. What are our
didn't
skill
know this
sets
part.
that we can
Okay.
sell?
Yeah.
And our skill sets were, even though we were failures, we knew how to run ads on Amazon. We knew how to build e-commerce businesses. We knew how to make money through the internet, even though we had failed, originally. And again, going back to it, the reason why we're successful in e-commerce at all is because we have failed dozens of products, dozens of even some of our clients have failed as well. And we learned through all of those experiences.
You think about the situation with Victory Poker with Dan Fleischman, how it goes out of business. You think of a situation with Alex Hormozy. How much was he in debt? Like $100,000 or I can't remember how much it was.
He had to pay it in 3 days, 100,000.
Yeah, at $100,000 he had to pay in like 3 days or something like that. It does seem like, for me, I worked at a finance company. We lost, like 70, 80% of our net value in it when after the first COVID crash, and then afterwards when the invasion of Ukraine actually caused a huge dip in the market. And so you see these things, these tribulations that people go through, and then the other common theme that I see is we learned this on the internet and did not go to a formal college in order to get this information. I see this similarity with all of them.
We both graduated from college, and I haven't learned shit.
I learned nothing about
college.
I learned nothing about what we do now in college.
No.
Like what we learned in college was, science. I guess we kind of apply it a
took
little bit
business.
into our formulations nowadays, but really not really at all.
ChatGPT,
Yeah,
man.
ChatGPT, and really just learning YouTube. Like YouTube learning with Ty Lopez, with all these e-commerce people that were already successful. You can absorb so
Courses.
much knowledge in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And it's actually focused knowledge. Like it's valuable to you. You can apply it and make money with it right away.
I'm looking for 5 men who want to learn how to level up their social circle and attract high quality women using nothing but your IG in 5 days. If this is you, hit the link below.